Yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back to another week of the bulk series. In today's video, I'm going to cover my training split. I know a lot of you guys have been asking how I train on a daily basis, and we're going to go over my entire week. And on top of that, I'm going to show you how you can establish your own split throughout the bulk. But before we get started, I want to let you know that this is specified towards my goals, and this split may or may not work for you. But I'm going to give you 4 different things that you can go over to determine if this split is right or wrong for you. And the first thing that you need to go over is availability. All of us have different schedules and we work at different times, and you need to determine what works best for you. Some of us have 7-day splits or 5-day splits, and realistically ask yourself, how many times am I going to go to the gym throughout the week? And what time of the day? What workouts are going to take longer than others? And for example, my split is a 7-day split, but it doesn't mean I'm training every single day throughout the week. 2 of those days are optional cardio days or active recovery days, or if I'm not feeling up to it, I'll just take a rest day. The biggest thing is listening to your body. You don't want to overdo it and cause an injury. And secondly, ask yourself, what are my goals? At the beginning of the bulk, I mentioned that I want to get as strong as possible. So I was sure to test all my maxes in these compound movements that I wanted to improve in. But strength may not be something that you're interested in. So ask yourself things like, where do I want to gain muscle? What lifts am I going to prioritize? And targeting weak points is huge. And we all have different proportions. So your weak points may be different than mine. And something that I'm trying to bring up throughout my bulk is my arms. So every arm day, you're gonna see me prioritize the long head of the tricep, and I'm tackling chin-ups every week. It all comes down to what exercises do you really enjoy? And like I said, body weight is a big priority for me. And if you guys aren't familiar with my background, I'm really into calisthenics. And I've gone through a bulking phase where I lost all of my body weight strength. I remember my last bulk when I got up to 200 pounds and I went and trained pull-ups for the first time in months. And I barely could do pull-ups. And don't get me wrong, I was strong, but I just threw my body weight movements out the window. And a big goal of mine is to get stronger throughout my cutting phase. So you're gonna see me working tons of movements that are body weight movements. And I know that's going to be a thing if I prioritize these movements throughout the bulk and train in a progressive overload method, because once I start shedding weight, I'm just going to get stronger. And lastly, how experienced are you? How much volume can you handle? If you are a beginner in the gym, I would suggest starting with a smaller split rather than jumping into a 7-day split. I feel like easing into things makes it so much easier, whether that's in the gym or in life. You don't want to jump into something full throttle with no experience and just have it outweigh you. With that being said, find what works best for you. But we're gonna dive into my split.
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand.
And the first day of my training split, we have upper body. And for upper body days, I'm prioritizing weighted dips and flat bench. Those are the 2 compound movements that I tested my maxes on at the beginning of the bulk, and I really want to improve in them from week to week. Day number 2, we have lower body A, and lower body A means I'm prioritizing the hamstrings and the glutes, and you'll usually be seeing me do some sort of RDLs and hip thrusts. Day 3 is an optional rest day, and like I said, on these optional rest days, I can do an active recovery or cardio, but lately, what I've been doing is just going to the gym and sitting in the sauna for 20 minutes and deep stretching. I don't want to lose any mobility throughout the bulk, so I've been prioritizing that. And also, my body is still adapting to this training split. I just switch up my entire routine for this bulk, and I'm still getting used to it. So I've been prioritizing just healing up on those days. And once I up my caloric surplus, we'll most likely switch that over to cardio, just because I don't want to feel super full throughout the day, and that will help. Day 4 of my training split is back and chest, And I typically like splitting up these workouts just because I'm aiming to do 10 working sets of each proportion of the body, and just doing that all in one workout is way too much. So if you don't know what I mean, you can go check out episode 2 of my bulk series. Shows you exactly how I split up those workouts. But usually I do back in the morning, and on back days, I prioritize pull-ups and deadlifts. And those are 2 compound movements I really want to improve in. And I'm new to deadlifts, but I feel like I have a lot of potential to be good at them. So we'll see how it goes. And for chest, I'm hitting it at night. And I always start out with an incline press movement just because upper chest is a big priority for me. That's one of my weak points. And day 5 of my training split is delts and arms. Delts is a strong point of mine, so I only really need 1 day throughout the week to train these, but you'll be seeing me train every head of the delt, the anterior, the posterior, and the laterals. And this is when I'm prioritizing chin-ups. Like I said, bringing up my arms is huge. And for day 6, we have a lower body B, and that's quads and calves. And this is actually one of my favorite days throughout the week. I really enjoy training my quads. And I haven't done a lower body day in a while for you guys, so that's going to be our walkthrough workout, so stick around. And for the last day of my training split, we have a rest day. On this rest day, like I said, I've just been taking advantage and healing up. So I'm usually just deep stretching. Also, I like doing some sort of active recovery. I want to stay as functional as possible, so I'm playing pickleball or basketball as well. But that's my training split. You guys can try it out and see what you think. Plans for the rest of the day, I got to run to the office and shoot our new merch. We're dropping this tee and we're dropping 2 new hoodies. I'll put the links at the top of the screen and you guys can check them out. Also, I want to go over some brand stuff and plans for the future with you guys. And then I'm going to give you guys a walkthrough workout. So I just pulled up to the office and I wanted to go over the details of the hoodies that we're dropping for Black Friday. I am a bit ahead on YouTube, so if we run out of stock, I will be sure to restock them for this video. But if you're interested in what you're seeing, I'm gonna throw the links to the hoodies in the top right-hand corner of the video. But the first hoodie that we have is the Blur hoodie. And our goal with this drop was to do a completely decked out hoodie and then more of a basic hoodie. I feel like having both of those options is beneficial because sometimes I wanna wear decked out stuff and then other times I would prefer a basic hoodie. And with our decked out hoodie, the goal that we wanted to achieve was doing something similar to this design. This is the arc tee, but we wanted to place it on the front of the hoodie. And the only difference that we made, was we made it in 3D, but I love the placement of this. And I'm gonna throw it on. And for a sizing reference, I'm 5'11", 182 pounds, and this is an XL, but I also can wear a large, and I'll show you what a large looks like on me for the other hoodie. But these are slightly oversized, so if you prefer a bigger hoodie, definitely size up. So if you guys don't know what ICE Athletic Club stands for, ICE is Inspire, Create, Elevate, and we actually place that in a radial blur formation, and this placement is so sick. I honestly love it so much. And for the sleeve, we completely decked it out. But this is our logo and a blur effect. And the closer you get to the middle, the less blurry it gets. And then right on the wrist is just when we were established. But I'm hyped on this one. This is one of my favorite hoodies that we've ever dropped. But this is the XL look. It's a little bit baggier. When I throw on the large hoodie, you're gonna notice that it's a little more fitted. I like having both options, but it's really just your preference. I'm gonna throw that hoodie on real quick though. So this is what the large fit looks like. I like how this looks, especially if you have like a baggy tee. This tee works perfect for what I'm wearing. I really like how this logo stands out. We really need to restock the ARC tees. They're easily my favorite tees that we've ever dropped. But for the ICE hoodie, we just have an ICE logo on the front. And then on the sleeve, we have the radial blur effect, and then the arc, and then when we were established. But I'm hyped on these. If you guys have any questions, you put it down in the comments. I'll be sure to reply to you. And one more thing before we get out of here. A lot of you guys have been asking about the ICE hood. And I promise you guys, we will restock this winter. We're planning to place an order within the next week. But if you don't know what the ICE hood is, I'm gonna show you guys right now. This is easily one of our most popular products that we've ever had. And if you are working out throughout the winter, doing 75 hard workouts or snowboarding, this is the perfect thing for you. But this is a goated product. So I'll keep you guys updated from week to week. And if you guys have any questions, be sure to put it down in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you. But we're gonna get out of here. Whoa, cousin. Whoa.
Hey, look at Jen doing her thing.
Shit, man. How you like the new fade, huh?
Jeez.
This cut just keeps getting cleaner.
I know you liking it.
Oh my God, bro.
Everyone's telling me in the comments,
Dude.
whoa.
Dude.
They're like, who's this guy?
I know, everyone likes the cut. My dad's just like DMing me and he's like,
Who's that?
no, he's like, told you, only if you listen to me.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Long hair doesn't do you well.
No, I think short hair and the beard is what's good.
I've been telling you about the beard though.
Chill.
You're like,
Chill.
oh, you don't want a clean face. No, you don't know what it's like over here.
Hey,
You don't know what it's like.
Can you get out of goddamn school, man? Because holy shit, I was waiting for you all day.
I know.
Kids in college. To start off today, we're going straight into my go-to lower body warm-up routine. For every lower body workout, I always start off with some dynamic exercises just to loosen up before diving into the compound movements. And each exercise that you're seeing, I'm just going down and back in this yoga room just to get the muscles firing. And once we are warmed up, it's straight into hill elevated squats. And the idea with this movement is to pump some blood into the legs before going into leg press. And we are going to do one warm-up set and then 2 working sets, sticking at 225 and working up to failure. And for the working sets, we aren't really counting reps. Since we stuck at 2 plates, we pretty much are just going until we can't. We really want to get a pump in those quads before we jump over to leg press. That's going to be the priority today. And if you do it right, you won't need much else. We're going to warm up for 8 to 10 reps, then dive into 2 working sets. But a tip I have for you guys while hitting quads on the leg press is place your feet on the lower end of the platform. I've noticed a significant change in the time under tension on my inner quads if I do a narrow stance and have my feet slightly off. But you guys can try it out and let me know what you think. This is probably my favorite movement for quads at the moment. And don't be afraid to push to failure. If you have someone you're training with, just have them right there to spot you. But I'm gonna show you what one of my working sets looks like without a spot, and then one with a spot. And the one without the spot, I'm shooting for 8 to 10 reps, and I knew I could get in that range off experience. But you can notice by the last rep on this set that I barely could get it up. And to finish off, we are doing a 3-2-3 burnout, focusing on a 10-second fight against the weight on the way down and exploding back up after hitting 90 degrees. And what it means by 3-2-3 is I'm going to do it for 3 reps at this weight. Then I'm going to rack it, and Juan's gonna take off a plate on each side. Then I'm gonna repeat the sequence for 2 reps. And then after I do it for 2 reps, I'm gonna rack it one more time. He's gonna take off another plate, and then I'm gonna finish off for 3 more reps. And we're just gonna do this once, and then we're gonna go straight into calves. And to wrap up this workout, we are doing 3 working sets of calf raises. If you are aiming to grow this winter, approach each workout with purpose. Focus on controlled movements during the eccentric phase and explode during the concentric phase. But give this routine a shot, and I'll catch up with you guys next week.